starting from scratch. Governor Ron DeSantis is working with officials to redraw the plans for state parks. It's the one that was supposed to boost attendance by adding things like lodges and golf courses, pickleball courts, and more.
Yeah, but conservationists and leaders from both political parties said no way. Wake News anchor Claire Galt joins us in the studio. And Claire, you were first to break this news today. Any chance the parks will just stay the same?
Lois, Ron DeSantis said the parks will stay the same at least for the next year. Now, this morning, my sources in the governor's office gave me a heads up that this proposal would be coming to a halt because Floridians across the state, guys, have made it very clear how they feel about it. Ron DeSantis saw the protests, heard the outcry, and at his news conference Wednesday afternoon, took action. The governor said he called on the Florida Department of Environmental Protection to go back to the drawing board on the Great Outdoors Initiative.
They're not doing anything this year. They're going to go back and basically listen to folks. A lot of that stuff was just half-baked.
DeSantis distanced himself from the proposals to add golf courses, pickleball courts, and hotels to 9 Florida state parks.
It was not approved by me. I never saw that. Here's the thing. I'd rather not spend any money on this, right? I mean, if people don't want improvements, then don't do it.
To have these comments coming from the governor's office talking about how we're not going to be taking away any green space for any of these improvements. We're not going to be getting in the business of golf here as the state of Florida. I think that's all very reassuring.
No Southwest Florida parks made the list, but Matt DePalis with the Sanibel Captiva Conservation Foundation feared they one day could. So the foundation spoke out against the proposals. And DePalis told me Wednesday's good news is a direct result
of the advocacy and pushback from the concerned Floridians.
But DePalis said he's not letting his guard down just yet.
It's more of a pause than a full stop. So I think when you hear language talking about how we're going back to the drawing board and there's not going to be any changes this year, what that tells me is we still need to remain vigilant.
Now, the DEP was scheduled to hold public hearings next week. I've reached out to see if those are still scheduled to happen. I'll let you know when I get any updates. Back to you.
All right. Thank you, Claire. Governor DeSantis